My name is Amine Bounoughaz. I am 22 years old. I come from Boumerdès, Algeria. Um, I have an engineering degree in electrical engineering, bachelor degree in electrical engineering from l'Institut de Génie électrique et électronique, INELEC, here in Boumerdès. I've also done some exchange at Georgetown University for the MEPI program and an internship at Delaware State University. So I am the proud co-founder of a startup that is called Dialife, and that participated and won the first prize in the Algerian Startup Initiative. I think the biggest inspiration to become an entrepreneur is to be able to solve problems. I mean, that's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's about, tuning in to people's problems and coming up with innovative solutions using, in our case, using technology to solve these problems. And so that's the thing that is really inspiring us about entrepreneurship. And I think that we also, personally, I happen to be very lucky to be among a team that shares the same spirit for entrepreneurship, the same passion. And so this kind of gets inspiring especially when you find people who share your passion. I think education, my education particularly, did not really prepare me for a track of entrepreneurship, because doing a technical degree is really focused on one thing, that is the technicalities, and it leaves out very important things like finances, marketing, and management of an entrepreneurship actually. And so, the great thing about Maghreb Startup Initiative is we had the boot camp, the 3 days boot camp where experts and speakers were invited to give plenary sessions and workshops about all these given topics that are related to entrepreneurship. That was very beneficial because it allowed us to scrutinize and, improve our business plans and our pitches. So that was really interesting. That's the great thing about Maghreb Startup Initiative, because even the people who did not get selected, they benefited from the bootcamp, and that was really a great thing, a great addition. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the startup, the idea. Dialife is an online diabetes management platform that combines all the needs of diabetic patients and their caregivers into a simple and intuitive platform that is accessible through web and mobile applications. The great thing about it, for the web application, it is accessible through any device that is connected to the internet. You can upload your diabetes status readings, you can get personalized medical tips according to your current medical condition, and you get a lot of cool features. You can connect to your doctor, you can connect to experts, and you can share everything and read about diabetes on your Diapedia. For the mobile application, you get a very cool feature that is, you can transfer automatically your readings from your glucometer to your phone, and you can get, of course, the same features of personalized medical tips. So it gives you really insight on how you're doing related to your diabetes. The great thing about it is that, it is a product that is centered on patients and that was inspired by patients. So everything we put in there, it was by request of patients. We've done a lot of interviews with patients to kind of figure out their needs and classify them into a simple platform, and that's how Dialife came to life. First time I heard about Maghreb Startup Initiative was when it started back in 2009 as Algerian Startup Initiative. I remember the first question that ran into my head, what is a startup? I was in my third year of engineering. I didn't know what a startup was. And that was what got me really interested in this whole world of, startups and business competitions. But then, in 2010, I did not have time to apply. I did not have a team. But, as the competition started again in 2012, I would say it was, opportunity met with preparation. I mean, we've already had a team, we've already had a product, and there was the opportunity, Maghreb Startup Initiative, and that was our shot. This is when we said, we have to do it. We have to win at the Algerian Startup Initiative or the Maghreb Startup Initiative, and thankfully we did. So before Maghreb Startup Initiative, a bunch of friends and I, Tahar Zanuda, Amine Bounoughaz, and Amine Bounoughaz, were actually working on a project for a competition called Microsoft Imagine Cup that tasks students to explore and use technology in an innovative way in order to help in solving actual problems. And for that competition, we developed an application that is called Dialife, and that simplifies diabetes management. That application and that solution, Dialife, won the third prize in Microsoft Imagine Cup worldwide in the Cloud Computing Challenge. And it was after that that we heard of Maghreb Startup Initiative and how it backs startups in new technology, and we thought, we already have a product, we already know what we want to do, let's get down to business, and Maghreb Startup Initiative was the best way to do it. I think before participating in Maghreb Startup Initiative, our challenges were most because we come from a technical side, a technical background, and so our challenges were mostly, what are the resources that we should, orient ourselves to, what are the things that we need to know about startups, about a company structure, about the finances, about everything, everything that we need to clear up before we actually start a company. And having had great speakers at the Maghreb Startup Initiative Algerian bootcamp, we've had people like Mr. Ali Azouz, who actually started a couple of companies. He kind of walked us through the whole process, and it's always encouraging, to see someone actually doing that, and that is really inspiring. I think the process of participating in Maghreb Startup Initiative hugely impacted the process of our startup, the development of our startup. I mean, we really matured a lot through the process of applying, because we've had to apply to the Intel Global Challenger. We've received all of that. That's a great thing about MSI. It gave us the possibility to apply for Intel Global Challenge, and we pitched our idea in front of Intel corporate vice presidents. We pitched our idea in front of Berkeley business professors, and their feedback was really critical. It helped us improve our business plan, and also, of course, the competition in itself, the Algerian Startup Initiative. It was really a great way for us to get more business acumen, get more business knowledge, and kind of try to work things out a bit better. I think participating in MSI personally gave me lots of self-confidence. I've never pictured myself pitching to Intel corporate vice president or renowned Berkeley business professors. I've never really seen myself do that, and having done that and pitching in a business concept for the first time, and having a great feedback on that, and after that winning the first prize in Algerian Startup Initiative, I think this is really great, because it tells you that you're on the right track. You gotta keep working harder, but you're on the right track, and you gotta keep moving forward, and that's that's very valuable. I feel that I grew as a person, and hopefully as an entrepreneur. Now I know lots more about entrepreneurship. I know that the road is really long, and is a lot of bumps and lots of setbacks, but we gotta keep trying. We gotta keep as Mr. Karim Musalem, who's personally an example in entrepreneurship, as he puts it, you gotta stay in the game, and that I think resumes it. Yeah, definitely. MSI really, I think it was beyond our expectations. MSI was a great experience that I encourage everybody to apply to, and hopefully everybody started and on the rails. Most valuable thing we got from MSI, the money. No, I think the greatest thing we got from MSI was the mentoring. I mean, the mentoring and the networking. I mean, right now, we know a lot of successful people. We know a lot of people who have been through the ground, who've opened startups, who've done real work, who are really successful. And these people are ready to help us. That's the greatest thing. This is what we were looking for. Well, the next step is just to be out there. The next step for our business is to be out there, to fully develop the application and, start releasing it and having people try it and, use it daily to better manage their disease and better live with diabetes. That's definitely our next stop. But to clear out all the paperwork, we need to set ourselves and try and start working or actually persevere, keep working hard, because that's the key. We gotta keep working, we gotta try this thing out until the end. I think the biggest challenges facing entrepreneurs, I would say at least in Algeria, is bureaucracy. There's a lot of papers involved in creating a company. It takes a lot of time. But there's a political will. I mean, there is a will in the government to kind of help out entrepreneurs to get their businesses moving a bit more rapidly. Also, there is for tech entrepreneurs, there's kind of the problem of lacking infrastructures. For example, if I take the example of Algeria, if you're developing mobile applications, first of all, not much people are going to download it and use the data because there is no 3G yet. And second thing, there is a problem with e-payment. So if you sell it for a price, there's really no way for actual customers in Algeria to pay you. There's no transactions online, and that's kind of an issue for the e-business. But we stay optimistic, I guess. There is a very good political will to kind of push the wheel of development and kind of solve these problems for tech entrepreneurs, and we're certainly hoping for the best. Well, I want to tell the world that there are entrepreneurs in the Maghreb region. We've seen them in the Maghreb Startup Initiative in Tunisia, in Algeria, in Morocco. Lots of great ideas, lots of great startups, and there's a lot of potential that is eagerly waiting to be released. And I think we're hitting the tipping point really, really close. And once we get to that tipping point, I think entrepreneurship, and mostly tech entrepreneurship, is going to explode. And I think it's now or never for entrepreneurship in the Maghreb region, in North Africa. It's really this is the right time to get into it. This is now or never. So I'm calling people to put aside their fears and take risks, be bold, and go for the business you've always wanted to create. Go for that crazy idea. Gather your friends. Get along with the people you think that are skilled the most to do the job, and get together and do it. Just lay down a plan and just take the risks. That's it. And entrepreneurship is really rewarding. I'm not really well placed to talk about experience in entrepreneurship, but for so far it has been really amazing, and we're really looking forward, my team and I, for continuing this journey of entrepreneurship with this product and other products. And at the end, I want to thank Maghreb Startup Initiative. I want to thank Algerian Startup Initiative, for their brilliant organization, and for their support, for their mentoring, for their coaching. And I'm calling everybody with an idea to participate next year in Maghreb Startup Initiative, to take part in Maghreb Startup Initiative events, and